Okay, so this was the week where Donald Trump held a rally in Pennsylvania for the fledgling GOP candidate, Dr. Oz. Ida, I don't know how much you've been following this race, but Dr. Mehmet is not looking good. Not looking good.
You know, the dog and pony show that Malcolm X referred to shows up every week in American politics. I am almost speechless sometimes as where we are, so much that I have shut down emotionally because I feel like I have to prepare for the apocalypse. But it is, I'm just like the end is near, and it's not because the Bible says so, but because man has decided that. But the Dr. Oz has been so problematic in so many different ways. And I'm always going to go back to this, where how we end up with a president like Donald Trump, where Oz is even a name in the political realm, where, I mean, I like The Rock, but even The Rock said he thought about running for president, where Kanye thinks that the America has, two really big issues with. One, our educational system is garbage, and the average person doesn't have the information that they need, which is why they vote against their own interests. They keep people in office because they're nice to them or they look nice. Right. They have no idea what's going on.
They sold them a supplement once.
They sold them a supplement once. And if you look at if you listen to the talking points of some of these people who make it to air, which often they do because of people like Jordan Klepper and Emma, and people who get an opportunity to go out there and have conversations with these people, which I think is sad because it gives you a good view into what, remember the people who didn't know that Obamacare was the Affordable Care Act, and they were for the Affordable Care Act and against Obamacare, and some people voted against their own interest to have, or what, it's just, we are in a Kurt Vonnegut book. And so to think about that, and then the celebrity worship in this country, because that's what they keep people occupied with. They're constantly being fed information that keeps them distracted from what's really happening that's affecting them. We're just in a very sad state. And unfortunately for the average American who doesn't have the information and doesn't have the resources, they are the ones that are suffering and struggling. And so when you talk about Dr. Oz, it's just sad to me that we're even having a conversation where we have to mention his name.
The other person who's sad that he has to mention his name is Donald Trump, in fact. Donald Trump, very mad he has to share the limelight with Mehmet Oz. Trump's probably behind the scenes going, Oprah didn't give me my career. I was big before that. But let's just watch a couple clips from this speech. And I know, it's a Trump speech. Fuck Trump. What is he saying? Another crazy thing. But this goes to this next level, which I feel like the clown car, like the wheels haven't just come off. It's like we're like Flintstoning it. They're just like using their feet to walk in their little clown car. So here Trump is talking about why we should fear the radical left.
The radical left Democrat Party is not, in my opinion, a 50% party within our country. They're against God, guns, oil, law enforcement, voter ID, tax cuts, regulation cuts, the Constitution, and they're against our founding fathers. Other than that, actually, they're quite good.
Other than that, actually, they're quite good. See, that to me is just like a strong punchline. That's just he's got open mic, like hack comic energy. Ida. And that was just like, other than that, they're good people. It's the same thing. Remember, Mexicans, they're rapists, they're bringing drugs. Other than that, they're good people. Against the Constitution and tax cuts. This is a guy who passed tax cuts for the rich, including you could write off a private plane straight up, $60 million. Boom, done. Against the Constitution, the guy who sicked an entire mob on the Capitol building. Like, they do not see in the mirror.
And the thing is it plays back. Nobody insults his base more than he does, right? Because he knows he can get away with. I mean, he has someone die from taking hydrochloroquine because they were listening to him. So he knows the power that he wields over these people, and so he uses it. He's like, these dummies. Like, do you don't ever see Donald Trump out there taking pictures with people in the mines and the farmers, like with the average person? His celebrity pics are always photo ops, and it's always, the pictures with people who have influence and popularity. He doesn't care about those people. So he just tells them what they want to hear, that he's just emotionally playing with them. But the fact that this dummy gets a chance to even be in this realm, it's so it's very scary about where we are as a country.
I feel like his star is fading. I'm going to be totally honest with you, but I don't buy that DeSantis is as bad, but that's just me. And I will say, what I will say about DeSantis is he doesn't really have the pizzazz that Trump does. I mean, let's just listen to this next bit where Trump invokes Vladimir Lenin, or as he calls it, Lenin.
I believe it was Lenin. Did anyone ever hear of Lenin? People would say it with less sophistication, Lenin. Lenin, I like the way they say that. Where he said, the vote counter is far more important than the candidate. Well, that turned out to be true. The vote counter is far more important than the candidate.
Lenin. So he's misquoting. Okay, it's not Lenin. The internet actually says that it's Stalin, that Stalin said that the vote counter has more influence than the vote, the person who cast the vote. But even Stalin didn't say that. He like read a thing online, then misremembered whether it was Stalin or Lenin, and now he's just Lenin, like Puerto Rico.
Because he doesn't think that those people who follow him know what. That's why he has such fun with it. It's not like his base is gonna fact check him.
Right.
He's like these. I'm telling you, I know that he's probably just like, it doesn't matter. They don't know. They don't know. Like, that's why they support him.
Exactly. They're not gonna be like, actually Leninist pedagogy was definitely not about that. And
exactly.
Lenin was a much better precursor. He should have remained in power. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I don't know my deep socialist history. What is to be done, Francesca? I don't know. But okay, final little bit from this Trump rally. They need music now, Ida. It's not enough that he could just speak. It's because it's like, it's been, hour 3, you start to sleep, and like in every Marvel movie. And then when the music picks up, you're like, oh shit, something good's happening. Here we go.
As long as we are confident and united, the tyrants we are fighting do not stand even a chance. Because we are Americans, and Americans kneel to God and God alone. My fellow citizens, this incredible journey we are on together has only just begun, and it is time to start talking about greatness for our country again.
They replaced the black dude, the Blacks for Trump.
They took him out?
Yeah, he got replaced.
They were like, you can't do a .com. The only people who can advertise during these rallies are Trump and his minted gold coins.
Yeah.
Gold. We think it's gold. So they had to implore music. The music lasts for like 4 or 5 minutes. I was almost waiting for him to be like, you can stop that now. Because it's like, don't you feel like it's a little corny even for him? But no.
It's culty. Music is a tool that's used, right, to soothe and calm people. Like, it's like, there's this old movie, and I just saw it with Steve Martin and Deborah Winger about these religious people that were taking advantage of people. It's called, I forgot the name of it, but that was part of it. Like the music was a part of the whole, and people are like this with their eyes closed. It looks like a revival, a church revival.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Oh, of course. It's like that. Well, that's the thing is like you're just waiting for him to pass around the donation bucket, right? You're like, and that's why, lights go down, music starts. Please give this pastor who already has a Rolex.
So church, yeah, and that's what they do at the rally. And people are, struggling, and they're giving their last, buying those expensive hats. They don't have it. I mean, you can look at it. A lot of those people they don't have the health care, they don't have dental, vision, but they will give him their money.
Yes.
He's promising them.
Do they think that undocumented folks are just hoarding all of that? That once they buy the Trump coin, that takes suddenly an undocumented immigrant will be like, here's your health care, damn it.
Yeah. Probably. I mean, somebody there probably thinks that. I mean, he's predatorial. He's really taking advantage of people who, as much as we want to demonize them and hate them, those people are victims as well. They're victims of, the American education system, the healthcare system. They're victims. They just don't know that they're victims. And that's what makes it worse.
I know. And this is a whole genre of politics that tells them that the left is the one that constantly is being victimized and victimizing themselves just because we celebrate diversity, because we understand and accept people from different religion. No, that's a victim mentality. Even to be aware of anything is the victim mentality. No, you just got to be you're a billionaire. You are a billionaire. Go. Okay, so overall, the race for Oz is not going good. The Senate race in Pennsylvania, he is trailing definitely in money, and I know in polling he's trailing Fetterman. And Mitch McConnell even admitted, he was like, look, our Senate candidates aren't that good. He was looking whatchamacallit, he's looking at Herschel Walker. He's looking at Herschel Walker in Georgia, and he's looking at Mehmet Oz. He's seeing them I don't know if we're gonna do this.
Does it seem a little is it a little odd that the black dude and the guy named Mehmet is not doing well with the base of people who hate Black Lives Matter and think that everyone who has a name like Mehmet is a member of ISIS? What makes those people think the model minority mentality has never been good for any person who is associated with racist, oppressive thinking people? So I think it's funny to watch. Of course, the people you are trying to appeal to think you're the problem.
Yeah, totally. They're gonna blame. Oh, they're absolutely if JD Vance loses in Ohio, which also JD Vance not looking good. No one's necessarily gonna blame JD Vance, but they will blame Herschel Walker and Mehmet Oz. I don't know. He just wasn't one of us, wasn't one of our people, even though they're both millionaires. They're both super rich. No, I think that's a really interesting, that is an interesting point. Lastly, Trump said this about Mitch McConnell, because it's interesting. He's mad at Mitch. He's mad at Mitch for casting doubt on some of the Senate candidates. He's mad at Mitch generally. I'm questioning, does this mean a rift between the two?
Republicans locally that ran things in a lot of states should be ashamed of themselves. Should be ashamed of themselves. And a guy like Mitch McConnell, who allowed this stuff to happen, should be scorned. He should be scorned.
Scorned. He should be banished. I love that. Scorned. How that is the lightest insult Trump has ever issued on anyone, right? Oh, I'm so big enough. Scorn him. When he walks in a room, just look the other way. Scorn.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll see. I don't know. I've heard talk of Mitch McConnell might be backing, DeSantis, and so Trump's mad and blah, blah, blah. But fucking Mitch McConnell is the harbinger of he's the reason you exist, dude. You can't throw him under the bus. What's going on, Frantifa? If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel right now. Hit that button. And also, you can become a patron and support the show every single week. Get access to bonus episodes and exclusive merchandise. Patreon.com/bitchuationroom. Do it.